Hello and welcome back to my craft room. Guess what? It's ScrawlrBox Day. They did send an email a couple of days ago apologising for it being late. So it's the 24th of November today. And a day later I got the email saying it had been dispatched, and a day after that it's arrived in the post. So very exciting, and it's really fat. I mean, I should imagine, because normally this size box goes large letter, I should imagine they were pushing it, getting that getting that through, but it made it. So I'm dying to see what's in here, what's making this huge lump. Shall we go straight to the desk and stop waffling? Rip strip. So for anyone that isn't already aware, ScrawlrBox is a monthly art supplies subscription box. It's a mystery what you're going to get. The supplies are all curated to work together, and you get lots of inspiration and stuff to go along with them. The current monthly subscription price is, I think, £20.95 a month, but it's cheaper if you buy a longer period of subscription. And if you would like to subscribe, you can get £3 off your first box by using the link that I'll put in the description box below. If you follow that link, get a subscription for yourself or for a friend, so there's a lovely gift idea. You'll get £3 off that first box, and I'll get £3 worth of Scrawler points, which is nice. And don't forget, if you are a Scrawler subscriber, you can do that as well. You can use that, get that referral code, and you know, those points all add up. There's a Black Friday sale on at the moment, very tempting. I could be spending my points in there, but I'm trying to resist at the moment. I think I've kept myself in suspense for long enough. Shall we go in? I've been a bit, last couple of months I've been so busy I haven't done much with my Scrawler boxes. Not that they weren't lovely, but... Oh, okay, love the look of the colours. Oh, now this is one I am going to love. I know there are some people I can think of who won't love this one quite so much. Little bit of a peeky clue. Oh, I know where this is going, and this is going to be right up my street. So you always get a little sweetie. Usually the sweetie in some way kind of reflects what's in the box. We've got a kneaded eraser. Always handy to have. So I have got a couple on the go, but always good to have more. They do eventually give up the ghost. You always get a Scrawlerzine, which I'm not going to look at yet because it will tell me what's inside, and I'm still keeping myself in suspense a bit longer. But I think you can get a bit of a clue looking at what's on the front there. Oh, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Hands are so difficult to draw, and those are masterful hands. You always get, always a featured artist, so either the featured artist was inspired by the box, or the box was inspired by the featured artist, or a bit of both. And you always get a print of one of their artworks. You always get some kind of a substrate to work on, and this is a bit different from the usual A5 format. Looks like pastel paper to me. Bit of a clue there. So that's the cover, and this is the... Okay, it's not that heavy a weight. Doesn't say, there's kind of no branding on it at all. Unusual. So you always get something to work on. Usually have some kind of paper pad, but sometimes it'll be something different. I'm sure we had art boards or something once. I sometimes end up working on the box and all kinds of things. And then there's always the kind of main event in this tissue paper. So I'm going to put the box out of the way now. It's like a little gift to yourself every month. And if you are looking for a gift idea for someone who's creative, whether they're a total beginner or have been arting for years and have got a room full of supplies like I have, it's still a lovely little treat to get this box every month. Because it just, even when I get supplies that I've had before, they put them together with different things and make you use them in a different way, and they give you challenges to get you using them and things. So it's even if it's stuff you've had before, and I think what I'm expecting to find in here will be something I've already got, I will still enjoy it. Wow, you can see why it's so chunky now. So you always get a sticker as well, which is it's usually part of the featured artwork, which you can see that is. And we got Faber-Castell soft pastels. It's always really good makes. Faber-Castell, Derwent, Frisk, you know, they're always really nice quality supplies. So we've got a lovely little soft tool here for applying pastels with. I've got a few of those anyway. We've got a Faber-Castell Goldfaber pencil 2B, and looks like a pastel. They set my rub my thumb across like sets my teeth on my image. But a Derwent pastel pencil, that'll be for adding kind of highlights and things. Put the tissue out of the way, and this is the real star of the show. This is a very money's worth box, I would say. Let's have a look, and then I'll go into the zine. Don't know how many, 24 wasn't it? Did it say 24? Oh, lovely. So they're sort of half the usual length, half the normal pastel stick lengths, aren't they? But that's nice because I usually end up breaking them in half anyway, and this gives me more of a range of colours. That is a beautiful range of colours, isn't it? Lovely. And that combined with the pastel pencil to give me sort of highlights. Fantastic. What a lovely set. I mean, I have got lots of different kinds of pastels already, but that's a really nice little set, and quite compact to have all of those colours in the half stick size. That's quite nice. I'll swatch them out quickly in a minute. Oh, I'm too lazy to read all of that. You see, I've just realised I didn't bother to, I was so excited to get this open, I didn't bother to tidy up my mess. I've got a whole stack of different purple pencils there for one project that I'm in the middle of. Purple isn't normally one of my favourite colours. And then I've got some empty silkworm pods and some reclaimed silk fibres for another project I'm working on. So I've just shoved them to one side to make them to have a look at my ScrawlrBox. So, oops, let's have a look at the featured artist. DUSD. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to pronounce that. There's their socials. Born in the Ural Mountains, so I can probably call myself a Highlander. Oh, working in the theatre since I was 16. Theatre influenced me in my work. Yeah, decorative exaggeration, picturesqueness. Interesting. Just love those studies of hands. I do find hands. Everybody finds hands difficult. Hands and feet. Okay. So here's a quick rundown of the contents. You used to get a separate menu card, but they don't do that anymore. But there is, there's a little QR code here. So if you're interested in, let's bring this down a little bit. If you're interested in prices of the individual items, you can look those up. I don't worry about it, and when I ever have bothered roughly in my head, it always seems to be well worth what you pay for the box. And I think there's also, you've got to bear in mind that there is an intrinsic value in the box in having it all collected for you and all of the inspiration and support that goes with it. And yeah, there's also a sub club now. You get lots of extra benefits for being a subscriber, including a lot of really particularly tempting Black Friday offers at the moment. Right, mini but mighty, 24 pastels that pack a punch of pigment with each swipe. Pencil point precision to add a pop of highlight to your work. There's a lot of purrs around this time. 24 colours, the whole rainbow. Kneaded eraser is lovely for using with pastels. Never have too many 2B pencils, in my opinion. And the little sponge. And the little sponge is a really nice one. It's not a kind of cheap makeup spongy one. I don't know if you'll be able to see the texture if I hold it up. It's really fine, and there's a certain feel to it. It reminds me of these soft, it's not one of the that you get with pan pastels, those soft spelt with 2 F's tools. It's that sort of texture. They do work really nicely with pastels. DUSD. I wonder why she's called DUSD. Always interesting to read about the featured artist. Look at these beautiful colours. Love that use of colour. I recognise this fruit, but I can't remember what it's called. Always interesting to sit down and have a read of that. And then there's always there's one page, usually a couple of pages, of Scrawler tips and tips from the artists to help you use their supplies, get the most out of them, try different things with them. That's one of the things, even when it's supplies you've already got, they'll come up with ideas for you to try that you might not have thought of. Hatching, swatching. I'll do a quick swatch in a minute. Yeah, scrape off some pigment and use a craft knife or sandpaper block. I've done this a lot of times. And then you can use a soft brush or your fingers or whatever too. Probably fingers not such a good idea because you can get like grease and stuff on the paper. It's probably better to use a brush really. Yeah, lifting pigment off with the eraser. Quick way to darken a colour is adding black to form a shadow. For a more natural shadow, try using a complementary colour. That's what I tend to do. So yeah, if you use orange with the blue, I do that sometimes just to neutralise a colour a little bit, just to tone it down a bit. But if you go full on with it, yeah, you get a real dark shadow like that. Talking about drawing of the hands. Interesting. Have a good old look at this later. You can use pastels not only on paper but also on fabric, cardboard and wood. Maybe I'll have a go on the box again this time. Mind you, now they've started printing these pretty boxes. The boxes are pretty on the inside. They're not so easy to use for artwork. Oh, that's huge, that piece, isn't it? Right, okay, this is always one of my favourite bits. The Scrawler gallery. I'm in it. Oh, how exciting. Oh, I didn't see that coming. I was going to say. Can't get over that. I was going to say it's one of my favourite bits to see if I know anybody featured in the gallery. And I've had a problem getting into Instagram the last couple of months. They just keep kicking me out, so I haven't been able to. I've missed a lot of what other people are posting, because a lot of people post on Instagram and it's really frustrating. I got to the point where I just kind of said, right, that's it, I'm just not bothering with Instagram at all anymore. Then it lets me back in again and I get a bit of FOMO, fear of missing out, so I go back in again. Anyway, let's see if there's anyone else. I recognise there's some fantastic different interpretations here. So the main star of the show in box number 96, so this is the box from 2 months ago, was the Frisk acrylic markers, and there was a whole range of colours, and I think I used all of them in mine. This was like a series of like cat paper dolls. You pulled them all out and they were all holding hands. And and I think it was it paws and claws and paws was the prompt for last month. So you can see what a huge range of different interpretations of that. Absolutely wonderful. Look at all these, they're fantastic. I feel very lucky to be seen in amongst them. Oh, there's Tori. Cool kooky creatures. Oh, well done, Tori. We're next to each other. Oh, don't think I recognise any other names there, but those are all absolutely, every single one, so different, all brilliant. And then over the page we get the top three. So if you get picked as a top three, you get, I can't remember, you get a whole load of Scrawler points, like 15 quiz or something. No, yeah, these three artists will all be awarded 300 bonus Scrawler points. I think it's about 15 quid's worth that. I think it's about 100 points is worth a fiver, I think, if I remember right. So it's worth having. So it's always worth sharing your art on Instagram and tagging them. These are brilliant. They're all just fantastic. Look at those. I'm really making the most of the wonderful vibrant colours in those markers. Facebook community group. They've got a Discord community now as well, but that's just for subscribers. There's always an article right at the back here in some way related to the theme. Unconscious creativity. And then right at the very end we've got the monthly challenge. ScrawlrBox 99. So next month is ScrawlrBox 100, just in time for Christmas, number 100, and I think they promised something special for that. So it's a good time to subscribe, or maybe do it as a Christmas present for somebody. Wakey wakey scrawlers. It may have been a dream, but don't let it slip away. It's said that dreams are the subconscious imaginings of our memories and images. So why not let this inspire you and put pastel to paper? These soft pastels can be swept, dotted, hatched and scrawled to form all your dreamlike creations. Oh, I've got a picture emerging in my head already. Trouble is, as always, it's going to be difficult to fit the picture I've got into the size of paper. I mean, obviously it's governed by the size of the box, and I've sometimes got round the size of the paper by fixing several of them together to make a concertina sketchbook, or making 3D things like I did with the cats there, just to give me a bit more scope, because I do find this small format quite difficult to work on. It's just the way, I don't know why, but I do find that difficult. So I might cheat and use a larger sheet of paper. I might just work up my ideas in here and then do the finished piece on a larger sheet of paper. I don't think that's really cheating. They don't mind if you sub in, you know, 1 or 2 extra supplies, you know, to make the most, help you make the most of the supplies in the box. As long as you're mainly using the supplies in the box, I think it's fine. So yeah, they have a live stream every month. So and I keep missing that, because they've changed the time to 6 o'clock, and it's a really difficult time for me. I'm sure it used to be a little bit later, and I was okay, but 6 o'clock is quite difficult for me. So it's Thursday the 21st of December, 6 p.m. I've already missed the November one then, obviously. I'll try and make that one, because that is just before Christmas. It would be nice to join in with that one. So yes, the Scrawler Challenge's Dreamcatcher, and I have got an idea already, but I won't be doing the Scrawler Challenge piece today. I'm just going to swatch them today and then go away and mull it over for a couple of days, and then I'll be back to have a go at the challenge. So let's just swatch these beautiful colours. Now, what did they say about the paper? This pad of textured and slightly toned paper offers the perfect pastel surface. Nice. That's not my nice, that's their word. Nice. Nice. Okay. Really interesting how that's gone there. I can't pick the paper off now. Isn't that funny? Why is it just that pink has picked up there? Just that pink and one of the blues there. How funny. Let's just try all these colours. I may be some time. I'll probably have some more of these out so I can keep one surface of each end for different colours. I know I will want to work this into the grain of the paper, like that. They're lovely pastels. I know a lot of people don't enjoy pastels, they find them a bit messy. They do get a bit messy, that is true. But I love them. I just love pastels. Sometimes I just like knock the extra off by doing this and then brush it off. Lovely range of greens. I've got some pastel matte paper too. Oh, that is so lovely to use. I got it for using my pan pastels with, but it's very expensive paper. Going on so nicely. So that's 4 lovely greens, very different greens. These are crumbling away quite easily, but that's normal. Just want to, just out of interest, let's take this one for want of argument. Just try mixing them on the paper. Oh, I just love working with pastels. I really enjoy them. I've never minded messiness in art. Don't like cleaning up between things, but these aren't too bad for clean up, of course. I like that you've got that light grey, mid grey and a black. So that's quite a nice variation between those. Yeah, I'll get some more little blending sponges out before I do my challenge piece. So you get very messy hands doing it. Can't really avoid that. Beautiful sunshiny yellows. Zoe's going to love those, but especially. Oh, this is a beautiful kind of deep raspberry pink. Red pink. And that's a real kind of magenta. Oh, look at those 3 pinks together. Oh. And then we've got a purple and a kind of indigo. Lovely range of blues. My challenge piece is already forming in my head, so I think hopefully I'll do better with the challenge this month than I have in the last couple of months. Last month I should have really enjoyed it, but just kind of ran out of time and didn't give it enough attention. The month before I just struggled with it. It's just me. Too many things on. Nice. Oh, and then let's just try this white pencil. Let's try it over the top of that. The texture of this going on the paper is slightly if you've got any sensitivities to that kind of thing, it does sort of set your teeth on edge a bit, but because there's plenty of tooth to the paper, you can build up layers quite nicely actually. Yeah, loving this. Really, really nice. I'm going to mull it all over for a couple of days and then I will be back. Definitely another hit, this one for me. Really love it. Really, really fun box, and I would say very good value for the £20.95 that you pay for the box, or whatever it works out if you buy a longer subscription. I buy monthly. I don't know why I haven't converted to a yearly subscription actually, because I've been going for about 5 years with this now, so I don't think I'm going to suddenly start hating it. So I might as well go for a yearly subscription and save myself a bit. But hey ho. So don't forget, if you do decide you'd like to subscribe to Scrawler or buy it as a gift for a friend, you can use that link that I'll put in the description box and get £3 off that first box. So always worth having. Better than a poke in the eye with a blunt stick. Okay, I'm going now. I'm going to carry on with this other project I was in the middle of, and I'll be back in a couple of days with the Scrawler Challenge. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed that little sneaky peek at the latest ScrawlrBox. Have you got yours yet? Are you waiting for one? And what do you think of this month's supplies? Let me know in the comments. And thanks very much again for joining me, and I'll see you really soon.